Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I want to talk to you today about this little device that I had just got yesterday. If you don't know what this is the EVH Overdrive pedal by MXR. MXR and Eddie Van Halen have a long-standing history, especially with his stomp boxes and really trying to capture his tone and all that. It's got a nice metal casing on it. It has, the iconic Eddie Van Halen stripe design that you see on his Strat guitar. It comes with a 3-band EQ. You got the lows, the mids, the highs. You have your output, which is like your volume knob, and you have your gain knob. And over here, this little button is actually a built-in boost. So when you push it in, you can kick in a little boost, add a little bit more saturation, and it also has a noise gate, a built-in noise gate, which I think these two are a nice added feature. Now, I posted a picture of this on social media. Actually, it's one of the various Facebook guitar groups that I belong to. And I posted a pic of this and basically said that, I gave my thoughts and opinions on this pedal. And at the end of the day, it just didn't really do much for me. Now, there were a lot of back and forth comments on it. Some people agreed with me. Some people were on the fence about it because they were thinking about getting it, and then after they saw my post, I guess it changed their mind. And then there are others who really swear by this pedal. Look, don't get me wrong, this is a solid pedal. It just didn't have what I was looking for out of it. But again, it didn't really impress me much. I was expecting a lot more out of this. But again, this is just my opinion. I'm not here to discourage anybody from buying this pedal. This, like I said, this is not a bad pedal. The pedal just didn't do what I was hoping it would do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna do like an A/B comparison with this pedal. I had mentioned also in my post that I was previously using a Friedman BE-OD. That's another overdrive pedal by Friedman. Again, overdrive, I use the term loosely because it's more of a distortion pedal than an overdrive pedal. But, for quite some time, the Friedman BE-OD was my main go-to. I've been through so many different distortion pedals, and then I discovered that one and I said, that was it. This is the pedal. I'm not going to change distortion pedals anymore. I found the tone that I want. But, of course, as time went by, I wanted to try something a little bit different. So I looked into this. I liked the idea that it had the built-in boost, so I didn't have to use an additional overdrive pedal. I liked the idea that it had the built-in noise gate, so I didn't have to put in an additional noise gate pedal. Basically, I was just trying to minimize my board setup. So I'm going to do an A/B comparison with this versus the Friedman BE-OD, and I'm going to show you the tones that I like getting out of the Friedman BE-OD and the tones that I was trying to get out of this pedal. So, but at the end of the day, it's all about preference, so you decide. All right, so you can see this is my pedal board. I had just reinstalled the Friedman BE-OD, but I also hooked up the EVH 5150 Overdrive, and now it's just continuing the chain right into the 6-band EQ, and then all the way towards the end, right into the amp. So again, I'm gonna use pretty much almost similar configurations of EQ with this pedal. So and we'll hear how it sounds. So now you see my pedal board. I am gonna be running it to this old vintage Ampeg reverber rocket. It's a tubed head. It's about 50 watts, and running it into this old Ampeg 2x12 cab. And I think it has killer tones when you run the right drive pedal through it. All right, so I'm going to try 3 different guitars to use with Friedman and with the EVH. So the first one I'm going to use is my Kramer Pacer Vintage. This has the Seymour Duncan JB pickups in there, and who knows, I've tried this pedal for hours. prior to doing this video, and you know, I guess I was slightly disappointed because I couldn't get, you know, what I really wanted out of it, but maybe this might change my mind. So we'll see. I haven't really given up on this pedal yet, by the way. So so here we go. This is the Friedman. Now I'm not going to overdrive it with another pedal, but I will let you hear what it sounds like when I'm overdriving it with the Plumes by Earthquaker Devices, and that's what I have running before the Friedman and before the EVH. So right now we're just going to do just the pedal itself. This is the Friedman. And now the EVH. Alright, so now here is the Friedman with the Plumes, overdrive, pushing the gain on the Friedman. Now the EVH with the Plumes overdrive pushing into the MXR. Actually not that bad. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my Fender Strat. This one has a Seymour Duncan hot rail in the bridge position. So first we're going to go with the Friedman. And now we're going to push it with the Plumes overdrive. Now let's try the EVH. not that bad. I don't know, I think I might be changing my mind about this. Okay, let's try with using the plumes, pushing the EVH. By the way, with the EVH pedal, I actually turned the gain knob down to say about like 10, 11 o'clock and actually pushed in the built-in boost button and then boosted it with an overdrive pedal, specifically the plumes, and it actually gives it a nice texture to it. You know, I was surprisingly pleased because I've tried every different configuration I could find and it just wasn't happening for me. But for some reason now it's like, where did this come from? All right, my third and final guitar I'm going to be using is my Epiphone Les Paul Custom Prophecy Plus. This is running the Seymour Duncan Mayhem distortion pickups on the bridge and on the neck as well. Just really clean. Now we're going to go with the Friedman. I have set the, I didn't push the gain too high on the Friedman. It's actually running around 10, 11 o'clock, but I boosted up the tightness to like 1 o'clock. And again, the tightness I think is really what makes a difference because I think that's what the EVH was lacking. But if you configure it right, you can actually get a pretty good sound out of the EVH pedal. And I added a little bit of trebles, like around 1 o'clock, added some bass, and I pushed up the presence level to say around 11 noon, and it sounds like this. Because a lot of my EQ is configured through my MXR6 band EQ along with the EQ settings I have on my amp as well. Now let's try the EVH pedal. We're gonna now boost the Friedman BE-OD with the Plumes Overdrive. There's the sound of the plumes. Now let's kick in the Friedman. Let's try the EVH boosted with the Plumes Overdrive. Again, I'm using the built-in boost as well, but I'm dialing down the gain, and this is what you get. I'm a little speechless here. You just heard the A-B comparison from the Friedman to the EVH, and I was this close to repackaging it back up and returning it back to Zounds, because that's where I got the pedal from. And you know what? When you're disappointed with something, my advice to you is don't make any hasty decisions by getting rid of it right away. Just let it sit for a while and revisit it again, because you never know. You might get surprised. And you know what? I think I'm gonna hold on to this thing for a while, because you've heard the tones, and I'm not running my amp through any kind of IR cab simulation. I'm not running it into my interface. You know, you're hearing this raw live shooting from my iPhone right now, and that is the tone that you are hearing. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. You know, I think I'm just gonna eat those words. What I said earlier about, you know, the pedal not doing much for me, because apparently it's done a lot for me in this demo, because I'm actually pleased with the way it sounds. And you know, I want to thank anyone who commented out there and saying, you know, don't give up on the pedal, give it a little bit. You know, you might actually run into the tones you like, or you might actually be happy with it. And you know what? That's kind of what I did, you know, because I made this decision earlier this morning to say I'm going to get rid of this pedal. But, you know, I went to band practice, took my pedal board, ran my Friedman with it, everything sounded great. I came back and I said, you know what, I'm going to try this again. And I plugged in the EVH, and I was just like, whoa. So, you know, I mean, like I said, I never said it was a bad pedal. It just didn't give me what I wanted, and for some reason today it really did. So I think I'm going to hold on to this thing. So if you know, if you're still interested in getting it, I would say get it. You know, it's going to be hit or miss for you, but I think you might like it. You just really need to configure it, you know, a certain way. It works best through the clean channel of an amp. Don't use an already, you know, broken up amp. You want something like a channel that's purely clean. Some people suggested running it through the effects loop. I've even tried that. It's not really, doesn't really do that good. It actually runs great straight right through the front of the amp through a completely clean channel. And what can I say? I mean, no one's perfect. I'm not always right, you know, but hey, I'm glad I was actually wrong on this one. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again for watching. I'm going to be posting more videos. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.